All right, January 10th, this is Jamie Mack trying to commentate opening face-off against 16s in dark, 18s in white. We got Spainer, Marcotte, and Warzy out on forwards, and Learman and Gator on D. Puck's in the center, Spainer just chips it in. 18s coming back to recover. Marcotte giving chase. 18s go D to D, up the half wall, stop, Weiland up the center. And a whistle on the end. DeCarlo with the save. Getting a line change on D out. We got Mack and Anderson. Forwards coming out. Wholesale change. We've got Shermy, Spencer, and Greeny. Face off to the left of DeCarlo. Puck pops out to the 18's D, walks the line, fires that down in behind the net. It comes out to the half wall up. 18 recovers, back out to their D. Fires it in wide of net. Back to get it at the half wall. Cycles back down into the corner. Stellarek picks it up behind the net, up the wall to Green. 18's cut it off there and keep it in. Anderson up to Greeny. Greeny tries to jump that in, it goes out of bounds. Line changes on both sides now. We've got Held, Keon, and Yackel up front, and Long and Nelius on point. Draw goes back to the 18's D. They go D to D. Off the boards up, intercepted by Longer, shot back to their D. 18's D to D again, up through the middle, broken up by Nelius, back to Longer, trying to connect it. It goes back to DeCarlo, he fires it up and out. Yackel giving chase, it gets dumped back in, just short of the red by the 18s. Back to get it, Nelius in the corner. Dialing up, puck stuck on the half wall, comes out with Nelius, carries it up, outside the blue. Went through Keon and Held's feet. Back Nelius trying to do a stick play. Shot sounded like it dinged post and went wide. So far we've been having a hard time getting it out of our end. The 18s have been able to hold it down in there. They're cycling it up high, top end cycle. Move the puck across. They got guys coming through the slot. They get another shot and a tip on DeCarlo with the save. Looks like wholesale line change. We got Warzy, Marcotte, and Spainer coming out with Gator and Learman on D. Puck dropped, one right back with a quick shot that went off Gator's foot. Puck goes to the corner, bounces back out in front to the side. Warzy pokes it to the half wall out, up to Roman. Roman, defenseman got tangled up. He's got him wide. He's got Spainer coming in the slot. Roman scores. Shoots it in from behind the goal line, bounces off O'Brien's leg and in the net. We get a lucky one on that, we'll take it. That's what happens when you put the puck on the net. Way to go, Rome. Looks like we're leaving that line out. We got the same forwards, Roman on center, Spainer and Warzy, Gator and Learman on D. Puck goes back to the 18D, goes D to D, back across to the D. They skate it up, center ice. It gets broken up by Warzy. Just over the red line, the 18's got it again. They bring it up, gets hammered in deep, hard around. DeCarlo tries to stop it, he can, over to Learman. He lets it go up to the half wall to the point. Another shot on net on DeCarlo with a clean save to the corner. Comes up to the half wall. Learman pins his guy, Warzy tries to find an outlet and he can't find it. Puck gets dumped back in. Big hit from behind by Gator. No call on that, thankfully. Puck comes up to Spainer on the half wall. Warzy got it, tipped it in deep. One coming hard. Warzy finishes his man. Puck's in the corner, ties him up. Spainer comes out with it, puts it around in front, nets off. Got a wholesale change coming out. Now we got Spencer, Green, and Sherman on forward. And we got Bodie and Jaden on D. face off to the right of Keegan O'Brien. Puck goes, Sherman's got the puck, he cycles it down low in the corner. In to get it is Spencer. They go D to D, bring it up the half wall. They're coming out 2-on-1 with a back checker on Sherman. Good job back checking. Puck goes down in the corner. In to get it is Bodie, back to Mac. Mac up to Greeny. Greeny gets pinched off there on the boards. Puck comes outside the blue to the 18D across to the center ice. Their D hammers it down deep. Another attempt at a shot on net. Greeny gets the puck up. Bodie's got it. He's going to carry it up to Sherman. Sherman to Spencer. Spencer's going to get the puck over there blue. Carry that in. Greeny picks it up in the corner. He takes a look. Back up to Spencer. Spencer takes a look. We've got a change on D. We got Longer and Nelius out now. 18's got the puck out. They carry it out. Pass across. Nelius steps up and breaks that play up. Forces Dick to dump it in. In the corner we got Spencer in a battle. Nelius coming in to back him up. Puck comes up the half wall to Greeny. Greeny tries to hammer it out. It goes back. Gets tipped up to Keon. 18s go D to D. Keon give him pressure. Yackel there to back him up. 18s connect up the center ice. Dumps it in. Back to chase is Longer. Cornelius to Yackel. Yackel butterflies it up and out. And it's a foot race with Keon in front. Keon with the puck, and he draws a penalty. Hooking, hopefully a penalty shot. Atta boy, Keon gets a penalty shot. All right, so 8:48 left in the first period. 16's up, 1-0 on the 18s here at O'Malley. Keon Hunzinger with a penalty shot. I kind of wish I had a camera at the angle I'm at too. That'd be kind of fun to have dual angles. Let's see if Keon can dance him out of his pants here. Shot and save. All right, so now coming out, we've got Gavin Held on forward with Keon and Yackel, Learsy and Gator on D. Face off to the left of Keegan. Puck one back to the D for 16s on a shot, just wide of the net. Rings all the way around to Learman. He keeps it in, hammers it down low. We got Yackel and Hunzinger in the corner battling. Puck pops out at the half wall. 18s carry it out. They cross the red. Bad pass. Applegate's going to get a penalty for interference on that one. And that should be another penalty right there, but they're not going to give it to him. Braden Spain wanted to make it coincidentals, and it looks like Gator just got another 10-minute misconduct. So he will be out for 12 minutes. The 18's going a power play with 8:29 left in the first period. 2-minute power play. Looks like Yackel's going to go in to serve the penalty. Out killing, it looks like we've got Learman and Nelius on point. Looks like Warzy and Roman up front. 18's got control of it. They're working it around in their 1-3-1. Back out to the top guy. He's going to work it back over to the half wall. Roman stepping up to cut off the angle. Back out to the top. They come in. Down low in the corner. Cycling up the half wall. 16s are doing a good job of keeping it to the outside, not letting them do the cross ice pass through the center of the triangle. Move it back over D to D. Cycled it down low. They get a pass across, no shot though, bouncing puck. Puck back down low in the corner. 18s carry it out, back up to their top guy, Warzy on him. Busy sticks, they get a shot on net, save. Nelius tries to ring that around and they get it on a lucky bounce. Back out to their top guy, Warzy up in his face, moves it over, Nelius stepping out to cut off the angle. They walk up, back to the top guy, he tries to crank a shot. Not enough traffic in front. DeCarlo can see it all the way in, and Roman is able to clear it all the way out down to Keegan. He fires it back up to the far blue. They step in now killing. We've got Spencer, Sherman, Bodie, and Mac out killing. Puck's up to the 18's D. He walks to the middle, moves it back to the half wall. Spencer's there with a busy stick. They move it over up to Sherman. They're able to walk in and get inside. It gets broken up by Spencer, and the puck shot out. Out in the middle is Sherman giving pressure. They move it up just on the other side of the red. The 18s keep control, move it across. Bodie with a great stick reads that pass and breaks up the pass back out to center. They're trying to carry it in. They're going to have to dump it in on the 16s. It rings around. Bodie and Spain go to the corner. Make contact. Puck comes out to the 18's D. Back to the half wall. They're walking up. They get a shot on net and a cover by DeCarlo. There's 5 seconds left in the power play for the 18s. We got a little shoving contest with Wyland and Jaden. Now out on D, we've got Gavin and Hunzinger killing with Learsy and Long. So Yackel's going to join the play in 5 seconds, and that's going to complete that line coming out. So hopefully we can look for the moonball pass, as you would say, and hit Yaks on the run. They get a shot from the half wall, goes around behind the net, comes back up for the breakout to the half wall. You got some contact with Longer. Goes back down in the corner. Longer's going to send it around to Neelius. Neelius is going to move it up to Yackel. Yackel's going to take a look, float it out to Hunzinger. It's going to take a bounce over his stick. Held, given pressure. Puck comes out the neutral zone. Held dumps it back in. It's going to ring around. Keegan's going to stop it for the 18D. It's going to come down and take a look. Keon giving pressure up to the half wall. And they're able to move it out and across. Longer steps up, break up the play. Push him down. No call on that. Puck goes to the corner. Longer comes out with it, moves it up to Keon. Keon gets a trip. And we got another power play coming for the 16s. Looks like the refs want to try and keep control on this one, so they've called a couple things that other refs have let go, and then they've let a couple things go that could have been some WWF takedowns, but we'll see what happens. So coming out on power play, we've got Gavin, Spencer, and Keon up front with Learsy and Jaden on point for the 16s. Face off to the left of Keegan O'Brien. And the puck drops. It's one back. Keon picks it up, carries it across. He's on the half wall, stops, moves it up to Jaden. Jaden takes a look, back to Keon. Keon's taking a look. Jaden's moving back up to Jaden, keeps that in. Jaden walks in to Keon, tries to give it over to Learsy, and it gets put down to the corner. Get some help in there with Spencer. Give him some help. Give him some help, Gavin. We got 2 in on the corner. Gavin comes out with the puck, takes a look, moves it up to Keon. Keon's going to go over to Learman. Learman's going to go over to Jaden. Jaden's going to take a look, try and get it over to Learsy. A shot with a tip and a save on Keegan. Refs are moving in pretty fast on anything after the whistle, which is good. So now coming out on the power play, we've got 1:28 left. We've got Yackel, Roman, and Wurzy up front with Bodie and Spainer out on the point. Puck drop, one back to the 18s. They fire it down to the end. DeCarlo steps out of the net to play it. He's going to hold it. Bodie does a shoulder check as he's picking the puck up, carries it around behind the net and grabs a gear, and he moves it up to Spainer. Spainer's going to carry it up, step in over the blue line, and carry it down into the corner and go around behind the net. Taking a look, a little trip around the world, moves it up to Yackel. Yackel's going to move it back over to Spainer on the far side, up to Bodie. Bodie down to Spainer. Spainer's going to try and get it to Wurzy. He does, and Wurzy gets a backhand shot on net. Pad save Keegan, puck's in the corner. Roman giving chase after it. Yackel's going to drop in to give help. 18s move the puck out to the red line. They come back. We've got 4-on-2. They do a shot, goes off of DeCarlo's shoulder. It rings around. Carrying it up now is Wurzy coming up the ice over the blue. Gives it to Yackel. He slams on the brakes across to Bodie. Bodie carries the puck down low. He's going to get a chance to just circle back and come back up the half wall with it. Tangle up a little bit. He's got to get some help. Someone's got to get open. We got Yackel with it. Yackel walks in, shot blocked by their D. He recovers the puck again, moving back down. Back out at the blue, walking in is Yackel. Shot gets deflected wide of the net. Puck goes around and the 18s are able to float that back out to the far end of the ice. Giving chase is Bodie, and he's got one coming hard on him. Spainer does a good job cutting that off. Reverse from Bodie back to Dawson. Dawson's going to move it up to Yackel. Liam comes over the blue, and he gets a shot on net. Puck goes in the corner. 18s are able to fire it back down. Learman just stepped out of the box, picks it up, fires it back up to Spain. Penalty is over. We are even strength. Another shot on net by Spainer. Puck down low. Yackel battling in the corner. The 18s come up with it, move it out to center ice, dump it in. We got Learman and Mack out on D with Spain, Roman, and Yackel on forward. Puck comes up to the middle ice. Roman picks it up out of the scrum, comes to the middle, and tries to get it deep, but whiffed on it a little bit. Coming around back to the center, they're coming in. They got 3-on-2 coming back on Learman. They get a shot, and DeCarlo makes the save. All right, we got Sherman, Spencer, and Greeny out on forward. Looks like Longer and Nelius on point. Face off to the left of DeCarlo. Puck drops. One back. Greeny tries to get it up. It gets up to their D, but not out. Shoots wide of the net. DeCarlo makes a glove save. Gonna redo that whole face-off setup. Back to Longer. Longer's going to move it over off the wall to Sherman. It's going to go past their D. Sherman giving pressure. They pick it up before icing. Their D goes down. Sherman's there to get the puck. Sherman's got the puck, tries to move it out. 18s pick it up, move it up the ice. Greeny giving pressure. They float it out. Neely is able to break up that pass. Longer picks the puck up, carrying it to the corner. Moves it around up the half wall to Greeny. Greeny chips it past him, but it does not clear the blue. It gets sent back down into the corner by the 18s. In the corner is Longer. Moves it over to Spencer. Spencer back to Sawyer. Sawyer up to Greeny. Greeny off the wall. Now we got a race. We got Spencer giving chase. Sherman coming in for backup. 18s fire it up. They can't get it out. They circle it back. They give up the puck. Yackel with a shot. Hits the butt end of Keegan's stick just wide of the net. 18's breaking it up, coming up the ice. 3-on-2 with a back checker. Sherman comes across, breaks the play up there. Great job, Shermy, on the back check. 18s move the puck out to the D. They get a shot. It deflects off a skate and goes to the corner. 18's got the puck in the corner going behind our net. Move it out, broken up by Bodie. Bodie's going to get it off the boards and out. We got Bodie and Learman out on D now. Looks like a wholesale change. We've got Jaden out on D. Held out to Keon in front. And Yackel. Keon with the puck in front. We have Jaden and Sawyer out on point. Just had a couple really good scoring opportunities there, but could not get the shot off with the crafty kids on the front end. 18s are coming back on the other end. Jaden breaks the play up. Puck goes behind the net. Sawyer makes the pass out to Keon. Keon coming up the ice. Does not have numbers, puts it on net, and Keegan makes the save. See what happens on the change-up in between the whistle. Looked like Sawyer might have been going to the bench, but he's not, so we're going to keep the same forwards out. We got Yackel, Gavin, and Keon with Mack and Nelius on point. Face off to the right. Puck drop. Puck goes to the corner for the 18s. They move it around behind the net. Up to their winger on the half wall. He's coming up. They get a bad pass across. Nelius breaks it up, passes it up to Yackel, and it goes back into their end. They fire it up. Another bad pass broken up by Jaden. He dumps it in, bounces off their stick and into the zone. Coming in, we got Yackel giving pressure. They're going to go D to D. Move it up, far side. They're coming back 3-on-2 with a back checker on our 2D. We still have the same line out. Great back check by Warzy, broke up that pass. They end up getting a shot anyway, but the bouncing puck, Warzy picks it up and butterflies it out. We're getting some change. We got Longer out on D, Marcotte and Spainer on forwards with Warzy, and Jaden is still out on the other D. 18s come back in and they're offsides. All right, on forwards, we got Roman at the center, Spaner left wing, Warzy right wing. We've got Longer on right D, and Neelius is left D. Or not Neelius, Learman, sorry. Learman on left point. 16s are offsides, they tag up, Spaner's coming in, giving pressure, trying to cut off the centerized pass, and that's the end of the first period. All right, start of the second period. We've got Spaner, Roman, and Warzy on front. Neelius and Longer on D. Applegate is still sitting in the penalty box serving his 10-minute misconduct. He'll probably be in there for about probably 5 more minutes. 18s dump the puck in. They're going to win that race back to the puck in our zone, put it out in the slot. It gets broken up by Roman. Roman's carrying the puck up across our blue, over the red, down their blue. He's got him beat on the outside. He's going to carry the puck in, slide it over, and it gets broke up by them, and it went in the net. I don't know what really happened there, if he passed it out and Spaner got the tip. I don't really know what happened, but you put the puck on the net and things will happen. So that's one thing that we've seen from Roman tonight. They're saying Roman, I think Roman said he got that. He must have passed it. It must have bounced off their D or something and went in. So we got a line change. We've got Greeny, Sherman, and Spencer out with Neelius and Longer on point. Puck drops. It's one back. Spencer moves it up to Green. A little bit too far for him to reach. He gets it over the blue. Spencer with a hit. Going to keep the puck in their end. Going to take it in deep. Off the wall, Longer's firing that back in. Spencer's going to get a shot on net. Off the glass and out by the 18s, but it kept in by Neelius. He hammers it in deep to change the direction. Everybody's going back to get it. 18s send the puck up the half wall. Neelius breaks that up again and holds it in on the D. Over the 18s coming in. They slide it across, but Spencer did a great job back checking and did not let his guy have a chance to get the puck. Puck comes out over our blue. Sherman has control of it. Tries to make a pass up. It gets deflected by one of the 18s. Neelius back to get it. Weiland's giving chase on him. Longer over to help Mount. Moves it up to Greeny. Greeny's going to send it over to Sherman. It's bouncing up to Spencer. Spencer's going to get a shot wide of the net, ringing around. Green's going to keep that in and hammer it back towards the net. It gets stopped by the 18s D. They're going to move it up. Greeny back in on the forecheck again is F1. The 18s carry the puck out over the red. Coming over the blue, they drop it back. They're going to get a shot wide of the net. It's going to ring around back out to their D. Another shot wide of the net, going to ring around. 18s are able to keep that in. We got Learman and Mack out on D now with the same forwards. They're able to walk in and get another shot on net. Learman carrying the puck around, moves it up to Sherman, through his legs and out. Whistle blow, the net is off. Looks like we're getting a change. Sorry, I must have missed a couple changes in the backside of the play. So now we've got, on forwards, we've got Gavin, Keon, and Yackel with Longer and Bodie on point. Face off to the right of DeCarlo. Puck went over to Longer off the skate, now to the 18s D. Far shot from the point, gets broken up. From Gavin up to Keon. Keon couldn't get that out past the blue. Back to Gavin, back up to Keon. Keon's going to put it off the wall to Yackel. Yackel's carrying it in. He's going to slide it back over to Keon. We're off sides. We got to tag up. 18s pick up the puck. They're carrying it back up. Through the mid-ice, they're carrying it in. Bodie's going to force him wide of the puck. Longer's going to jump on that. Keep him in the corner. Broken up by Gavin. Back to the 18s. They do a top-end cycle, gets broken up by Gavin Held again. Up our half wall. Puck broken up, shot up to Keon through Keon's feet. We got Keon and Yackel going in 2-on-1 with a back checker over to Yackel. Yackel dangles across. Keon to Yackel, and Yackel just danced the pants off him and gets the goal. Now it is 3-0 with 9:56 left in the second. 16s are up on the 18s. Been a pretty clean game so far, honestly. Been decent hockey to watch. The 16s came out a little bit slow, but every time we were getting in, we were taking a great opportunity to score goals. So we got the same forward line out. We've got Spainer. Oh no, we changed forward line. We got Spainer, Roman, and Warzy out, and Learman and Nelius on D. So wholesale change. Puck goes deep in the corner. 18s move it out. They float it out and up into the rafters. Same personnel stay on the ice. We got Spainer, Roman, and Warzy on forward, Learman and Nelius on point. Puck drop, it goes in. Warzy gets a swing in it, doesn't connect. 18s take it behind their net. Up, Spainer breaks that up on the half wall, but it's able to bounce to the center, and they get it out over the red, and it gets tipped into their bench. .9:27 left in the second period, sorry. Face off at center ice, no change. Puck one back to Learman. Learman's going to go back, D to D, over to Nelius. Nelius was trying to get it up to Roman, couldn't get the pass off. 18s pick it up, they're coming in 2-on-1, they get a shot wide of the net. Goes around to their D, he delivers a muffin down into the corner. Nelius is going to pick that up, move it up the wall to Spainer. Spainer's going to chip that out past the defense to center ice. 18s turn it right around. 18s coming in again. Learsy breaks that up, forces him behind. He's going to pick the puck up. It's going to go to DeCarlo. He's going to stick it to the side, back to Learman. Learman's going to move it up to Roman. Roman's going to carry it up to the red. It gets passed up to Warzy and tipped by one of the 18s and in, so no icing. Big hit by Warzy in the corner. He was F1. Spainer picks up the puck. We got Mack and Bodie out on D now. Puck's in the corner. 18s are going to move it around and try and throw it out, and they're going to get an icing call. We're going to get a change on our forwards. So we've got Green, Sherman, and Spencer out on forward with Mack and Bodie on D. Face off to the left of Keegan in the 18 zone. Spencer's going in for the draw. Puck one back. Bodie's going to step up and break up the play. 18s won the race to the loose puck after the draw. Gets down in the corner. Sherman back to Green. Green out front. Spencer couldn't connect. It's coming back to the point to Jaden. Jaden's going to get it. Tries to shoot it. Gets blocked by an 18. Down into the corner to Spencer. Out to Greeny. Greeny shoots wide of the net. Coming around. Bodie's going to be able to hold that in. He fires it back of the net wide. It's coming around. Jaden's going to drop in, win the race to the puck, and hold it in on the half wall. It gets bounced back past him to Greeny, out to the middle. 18s get it, float it out. Bodie's back to recover. 18's coming back in, carry it, hold the puck in the corner. They try and get a shot wide of the net. It rings around and all the way out of the zone. Looks like Jaden's getting off the ice and Gator's coming back on. Gators give him chase, and he's going to get a holding penalty for grabbing the back of the jersey. So he's going to go right back to the box. They must have some ice cold beer or something in the box that Gator likes. Applegator got a holder penalty, so he's already got 14 minutes sitting in there. He's been sitting in the box longer than he's been out of the box this game. So we're back on the kill for 2 minutes. We've got Wurzy and Roman coming out with Learman and Sawdog on point, killing it off. Face off to the right of DeCarlo. Puck drops, Roman ties his man up. Sawyer comes up in the middle. The 18s put it back to their D. Gonna move it up to their top guy. Get a shot on Tyler that he could see all the way in, and he made the save. Face off to the right of Tyler again. '18s win it back to their D. Wurzy giving pressure. They move it back to the half wall. Back out to their D. They're going to go D to D. Walk to the top man. He's going to take a shot. Carlos saw that coming in, but it was deflected by a player in front. 18's got the puck on the half wall. Move it across. Back out to the top. Shot on Tyler, and he's got the save. We got a change on D. We have Bodie and Jaden coming out for our 2D. Same forwards. We got Wurzy and Roman out on the top end killing. Puck drop. Roman ties his guy up. Puck comes to the center. It's in Bodie's feet to Roman. Roman gets it out over the blue line. 18s carry it back. They're moving it up just at the red line. They're going to hammer it in deep. It's going to go around behind the net. Bodie's going to be there. Roman able to break it up, but he can't get it out. It goes back to their point. They go D to D. Back out to their top guy. Tyler made the save. '18s are complaining, but the puck wouldn't have gone in anyway. Tyler made the save, so they don't really have anything to complain about on that one. And it looks like we're having a change. We got Learman out on point with Long and Spain and Held on the front end. Clean win by the 18s back to their point. They go D to D with a shot. It's deflected by Gavin in the middle. Back down to the corner. Goes behind the net with the 18s. They're looking up the half wall on the short side. Back down low. They're trying to look for a cross ice one-timer. They get a shot on Tyler. He is able to make the save. Puck gets cleared to the half wall, but not out. Moves back up to their D. He's going to walk the blue. Get a shot. Stopped in front. Hammered down by Learman. No icing. We've got 32 seconds left to kill in the second period on the penalty. Looks like a change on forwards. We have Keon and Spencer coming out on the top end to kill, and we still have Learman and Long out on point. Looks to me like they're calling an intentional offsides on the 18 and face off all the way down on the far end and to the right of Keegan O'Brien. Puck drops, bouncing puck to the 18's half wall. They get it, circle back, gonna get control. Try and calm it down for the rest of their power play. They got about 20 seconds left. It gets broken up by Spencer and Keon in the middle. They take it back. Coming up the ice, they're gonna end up stopping just short of the blue. Coming over with a shot wide on Tyler. Even strength now. Applegate is out of the box. He's going to join the battle since the puck's in our end. He's going to move it around to Longer. Longer's bringing it up. He's going to look wide. He's going to send it over to Spencer. Gator should be heading off the ice. We got Spencer and Learman coming up the ice. Neelius and Yackel come out. We've got Yackel, Spainer, and Spencer out on the top end with Neelius and Learman on point. Neelius tried to pass up to Yackel. It got tipped by the 18, so no icing. Yackel gives chase. He wins the race, gives it to Spainer. Spainer shoots and scores. 4-0, 16s. 18s tried to break the play up, and it actually ended up helping us out. They tipped the puck at the center, which made it no icing off of Neelius's pass down to the end. Yackel won the race, threw it out front, and Spainer was there and ready and buried the shot. 5-hole on Keegan, and they're doing a goalie change. Keegan comes out, and Maisner goes in the net. We've got Bodie and Sawdog out on point. Yackel, Gavin, and Spainer on the front end. 4 minutes, 51 seconds left in the second period, 4-0, 16s. Puck comes back into the 16s end. Bodie giving chase, picks it up, he's gonna move it up, go over to Sawyer. Sawyer's gonna try and reverse it the other way. He gets tied up by two guys, back to Bodie. Coming up the half wall. Bodie needs to get it off the wall and out. He does up to Spainer. It gets cut off and dumped back down in. Tyler's gonna come out and stop it for Sawyer. Sawyer's going back to get it, reverses it to Bodie. Bodie's going to move it up quick to Spain. Spain needs to get that out over the blue, and he does, up to Gavin. Gavin's going to move that into the zone. Leaves it to Yackel. Yackel's going to get a shot that gets deflected back to Bodie. Bodie holds the puck in. It's on the half wall. They get it out. They sneak it past him. Back to cover, though, is Spainer. We got Spainer and Sawyer playing defense now. Great job by Dawson breaking that play up right inside our blue line. The 18s hammer the puck in. Bodie's coming back to give chase. Tyler's stopping it for him there. Looks like we had a change on the forward end with a couple of them. Roman is out. We still have Yackel on the front with Roman and Spainer. We got Spainer going to the bench. So now we've got Warzy, Applegate, and Learman came out to change them. Let's see what happens with the whistle. With the shot and save. So now let's see who we get out. So on the front end, we've got Keon, Warzy, and Roman with Gator and Learsy on point. Face off to the right of Maisner. Puck drop, one back to Keon. Keon tries to dance. Puck goes behind the 18's net. 18's pick it up, do a reverse. Coming up, and they get it out of their zone. Coming in, they're going to hammer it deep. It's going to go all the way around. 18s win the race to that one. Roman and Gator giving pressure in the corner. They're going to cycle it back down low. Nope, Bergey's going to walk to the middle and now cycle it low, and they do a shot wide, and the net is off again. Face off to the right of Tyler. Looks like we've got a change on D. We've got Bodie and Jaden coming out on D. Same forwards. We have Keon, Warzy, and Roman on forward. Puck drop. It's in Roman's feet. He wins a drop to Keon. Make a clear exit out of the zone. We got 3-on-2 with one back checker coming on as Keon slams on the brakes. Buys a little bit of time. Moves it across to Warzy, but it doesn't connect. 18s hammer it out. It's going to be an icing. Oh, they call no ice. Oh, one called no ice. The other one called an ice. So face-off's going to be back down in the 18 end. We have the same forwards out. Warzy, Roman, and Keon with Jaden and Bodie on D. Face off, one back. Bodie's going to hold that at the blue. He's going to hammer that in deep. Goes all the way around. Warall wins the race there, down to Roman. 18's moving around behind the net. It's coming up the half wall. Gets held in by Warzy. Great job on the forecheck on that, and they get a bouncer on net, which are hard to deal with, but the goalie made the save. Looks like we're doing a change with the forwards at least. We've got Sherman, Spencer, and Greeny coming out on the forwards. Looks like the same D are staying on the ice, Jaden and Bodie. Face off to the left of the 18 goalie. Puck drop still in the circle, ends up shooting out down low into the corner, comes back up the half wall, out to the slot, nobody there. They're trying to get it up. Play broken up once by Jaden. Puck goes into the corner. Bodie's going to be the first 16 on it. He blows a tire. Jaden tries to make a hit, and this is his man. They move the puck out to their D. Shot gets deflected in the corner. In the battle is Spencer up to Sherman. Sherman's going to float that out to Greeny, and Greeny's going to exit the zone, carrying it up. He's going to have to hammer that one deep. He buys time, sends it across over to Sherman's side. We got Nelius out on D. Bodie's stepping off to take a break. Sherman's got the puck in the corner. He's going to walk out, tries to get a shot, but gets hooked, draws a great penalty. We're going to be on the power play again. We got Longer and Nelius out on point. We're going on the power play again. Let's see who we end up putting out. It looks like we've got, coming out on forwards, we've got Roman, Yackel, and Spainer with Gator and Bodie coming out for the power play. 2 minutes and 2 seconds left in the second period. 6 teams are up 4 ripped, and we're on a 2-minute power play. We'll finish this period pretty much on the PP. Face off to the right of Maisner. I guess for some reason, oh, no net guard. No net guard on Boston Weiland. Oh, now the ref just gave them their net guard warning. Puck drops, it's there tied up underneath Roman. We win it back to Bodie. He's going to calm it down, move it over to Spainer on the half wall. Spainer's going to go back to Bodie. Bodie's going to walk to create some room. Over to Yackel. Yackel's going to end up losing it. 18s are on a breakaway. We're coming down. Tyler makes a pad save. Going to move it up to Roman, back to Yackel. We're coming back the other way. We're going to hammer that in deep, give chase. Hopefully we can get possession of it, set it up. Liam wins the race, picks the puck up, comes around, back out to Learman on the point. Over to Spainer. It looks like we've got Learman and Applegate, Yackel to Spainer. Goes through the slot to Yackel. Yackel's going to put it back on net. Roman there and Applegate. Maisner makes the save and the whistle. Coming out on forward, we've got Keon, Gavin, and Spencer. We got Jaden and Learsy on point. We got 1 minute and 13 left in the power play and 1 minute and 15 left in the period in the second. Get control of that, comes back to Keon, over to Learsy, over to Jaden, back out to Learsy. Learsy gets a shot, it gets deflected. Gavin gets it back in again, and Spencer is banging in, and Maisner made the save. Puck one back, Jaden back to Learman, back to Jaden, back to Learman, over to Keon on the half wall. He's going to bring it back up to the blue, over to Jaden. Jaden's going to walk in, tries to get a pass over to Gavin. It gets broken up, and the 18's cleared out. Looks like we're getting a penalty. On Jaden, gets a 2-minute. Jaden gets 2 minutes for cross-check. So it's going to be 4-on-4 for the final 51 seconds of the second period. So we've got Learman and Sawyer out on defense with Roman and Warzy on forward, 4-on-4. Face off to the left of Tyler. Puck drop in Roman's feet. Still there, still in his feet. Gonna get it. That's offsides. The 18s are going to tag up. It's back to Nelius. Nelius is going to go behind the net. Up to Learsy. Bouncing puck. Pops out. Roman's able to pick that up. He's moving in. He's going to take it to the half wall and down towards the corner. It gets picked off by the 18s. Now they're looking to change directions. Off the wall at center ice. Nelius is going to try and take his man. He gets stepped by. They try to get a shot on net. It bounces up and in front of the crease. Learman's going to take that. Puck looks really sticky, not moving very fast. Warzy's going to hammer that in. Gets stopped by Maisner. We've got Yackel And Spainer out on forward, Longer out on D. We are on the penalty kill now for the last second. No call there at the end of the period. Longer got cross-checked by Carlson down in the end. So we will be killing for 1 minute and 8 seconds at the start of the third. We've got Spainer and Gavin out on the front end, Longer and Bodie out on D. Jaden's going to sit in the box for another minute. 2 seconds left on that. Bodie's able to get the puck outside the blue line, and they get an offsides. Good job, Bodie. Great pressure. Face-off should be outside 16 zone. No change for our skaters. Puck went in, 18's coming in. Bodie takes him out of the play. Longer's got the puck behind the net. He has time to stop, and he hammers it length wide all the way on net. Maisner makes a stop, shovels it to the side. 18's are going to pick it up and regroup and start. We'll let them stand there all night long. They move the puck up through the mid-ice. Pass bounces off the stick. Gavin picks it up, fires it back down in. Maisner makes the play behind the play. Sheely was giving Gavin a little bit of business. We got a change on the front end. We've got Spainer and Spencer out, and Learsy and Applegate on D. 18's got the puck on the half wall. They're going to move it up to the back to the half wall again, back to the top man. He's going to shoot. Tyler saw that all the way in and made the blocker save. Going to send it around. Looks like somebody's got a penalty. It looks like the 18s have a penalty. Spainer with the puck coming in. He shoots and scores. Spainer with his goal on the night, a shorty goal. We got 1 second left in our penalty. It is 5-0, 16s with 11:52 left in the third period. We've got Spencer and Sherman out with Long and Neely on point. Puck goes back to Nelius. Moved up to Spencer. Jaden's out of the box now. He's got the puck at the center. Gets it in deep, and he's going to go for a change. 18s come back and recover the puck, move it around to their half wall and up. We've got Greeny on the ice, Spencer and Shermy for forwards, Longer and Neely on point. 18s carry the puck out. Bouncing puck to the center. They're able to pick it back up. Greeny breaks that up just over our blue line. It gets hammered in deep in the end. Longer's back to recover. He's going to take a break, move it over to Nelius. Nelius is going to find Greeny on the far side. Greeny's giving it to Longer that's got some speed on the step. He's going to drop it to Spencer. Spencer's going to leave it back to Greeny. Greeny's going to put it back down in the corner out to Spencer. Up to Neely. Neely over to Longer. Longer's going to get a shot shooting for the field goal on that one and goes out of the rink. Looks like we're getting a change on D. We've got Gator and Learsy coming out. We got a wholesale change. Keon, Gavin, and Yaks out on the front end with Learsy and Gator on point. Face off to the right of Maisner. Puck drop. 18's got it back. It goes up their half wall, and they're able to exit the zone pretty clean. We got 2-on-2 with 2 back checkers. They leave the puck on the half wall. Gavin's in the corner battling for it. Over to help is Learsy. Learsy up to Yackel. Yackel's going to put it back around behind our net. He's going to carry it up. Looking for an outlet. No outlet. He's going to carry it. It gets out of our zone. Bounces off a couple of their players, and he gains possession of it again. He stops, shoots off the crossbar and right up in front of me. Great effort. Great effort by Yaks. Looks like we got a change on point. We got Bodie and Macker coming out on point. Yaks, Keon, and Gavin on the front end still. Puck drop, one back by the 18s. They go behind their net, broken up by Yackel. Giving chase. Yackel makes contact, playing the body. Held's there to pick it up. Moves it out. Keon's got the puck, carries it out of the corner. Tries to get it back to RD. It gets broken up. Coming out. 2-on-2. We've got back checkers though. We've got good numbers. They dump it in. Back to get the puck is Jaden. Gets the puck in the corner. It gets moved up the half wall. Gavin is there with the battle. It comes out. Jaden's got the puck, carries around behind the net, up to Keon, goes under his skate. It's going to be an icing. Looks like we got a change. We got Warzy, Spainer, and Roman coming out on point, and Longer and Neely on D. Face-off is going to be to the right of Tyler. 9 minutes, 59 seconds left in the third period. 6 teams are up 5-rip. Puck drops. Longer's got the puck, going to carry behind our net. Take a look. Fire it up to Spainer, a little bit out of his reach, and it's going to be another icing. We just like to practice these D-zone face-offs and breakouts. Face-off to the left of Tyler this time. Puck one back to Sawyer. Sawyer's going to hammer it around. It's coming around to Warzy. He's going to chip it out. There D does a glove save, fires it back in behind our net. Neely is there to recover, puts it up to Spainer. Spainer's going to catch it just inside our blue. Take a look, try to go wide to Warzy. It gets broken up, back out to Roman. Roman's going to put that deep. We got to get some forwards in on the forecheck. We got Roman and Warzy coming in. They move it up the half wall. They try to float it out. They end up coming out of the zone, not too clean, broken up on our blue line by Spainer. Puck gets hammered in around behind, back to get it. Sawyer, he's taking a look. Tries to go back around behind our net. Longer's got it. Sawyer comes out from behind the net, off the wall to Spain. Spain chips it off the wall, but recovered by Weiland and hammered back in. 18s tag up. D to D by the 16s. They're going to move it up through the center. Pass broken up by the 18s, and they're coming back in on the rush. They get around the D and they get a shot on Tyler. He makes the good save. Puck to the corner. Back out to the 18s D. They're going to move it across D to D. Shot way wide. In the corner, we got Longer and Roman battle, and it's coming up the half wall. Spainer there to break it up. Chips it out. Off to the races, and I don't know what's going on. We got penalties. And it looks like Bird gets 2 minutes and a 10-minute misconduct. We're going on the power play now. Oh, 5-on-5. All he got was a 10-minute misconduct. No power play. So he just must have been running his mouth a little bit. A little bit of extra chirping to the ref. Face-off is going to be, I'm kind of confused on why the face-off would be down here then if it's 5-on-5. It might be right outside the zone. We'll take it down in front of their goalie though. We've got Shermy, Spence, and Greeny on forward, Learsy and Gator on D, face off just outside the 18 zone. Puck drop, hammered in deep by Green, goes around behind. Maisner back to plate to stop it for the 18Ds. They're going to move it up to the half wall, and it's going to be an icing. Now we're going to have the face off to the left of Maisner. No line changes on either side. '18's got the draw, they're coming out, carrying it down. Learsy's going to take his player to the wall. Puck still down in the corner. And Learman gets a hold. 8 minutes, 14 seconds left in the third period, and we're going to be on the penalty kill for 2 minutes. Coming out to kill, we got Warzy and Roman on the front end with Jaden and Nelius on point. Face off to the left of Tyler. Puck drop, won by the 18s, back out to their top guy, Warzy there with a busy stick. They move it back over to their half wall. Shot, should be high stick. Face off all the way down. No change by our skaters. We got Roman and Warzy with Jaden and Sawyer on D. Puck drop, Roman shoves the puck to the corner, 18s pick it up. They come around behind their net, starting to gain some speed. Roman's going to continue the chase. Sawyer's going to take his man out. Puck goes back. Tyler's going to play that up to the half wall, and Sawyer hammers that down. Maisner's going to step out of his crease and stop the puck just in front of the goal line. 18s are coming back to get it. They're going to reset and grab a gear and try and come at us with some speed. Here they come up the ice. Roman angling them out, holding them to the wall. The 18s move it back to the point. They're going to run their 1-3-1, getting it set up. Puck on the half wall. They were able to make the cross ice pass. Sawyer breaks it up and is able to get it out of the blue line. Puck clears out and the net is off. We got a change of our penalty killers. We've got Keon and Spencer coming out on the front end with Bodie and Longer on point. We got 1 minute and 9 seconds left on our penalty kill. Face off to the right of Tyler. Puck drop, it gets to Bodie, back to Longer. Longer is able to fire it the length of the ice. It's coming down. Maisner out to play the puck and stop it for his D-man to pick it up. Teams carry the puck in, they take it around behind our net, up to the half wall. They're going to settle it down and get set up to the top end. Where they're with busy sticks, they get a shot. Easy save by Tyler. 16s have been able to do a good job keeping the shooting lanes open and blocking the passing lanes on their penalty kill. Tyler's been able to see every single shot that's come at him. There's been no change on our skaters for the rest of this kill. There's 39 seconds left on the kill as of now. The puck won back. Longer able to fire it all the way down. Takes a weird bounce off the glass. 18s come back up the ice. They drop it back. They're going to be carrying it into the zone. Shot, and it gets blocked by Bodie and goes up into the netting. 21 seconds left in the penalty. 6:36 left in the third period. 16s are up 5-rip. I'm surprised we haven't seen any more extracurricular activities with the 18s. Bodie able to fire that puck, and it bounces off the glass out to the center ice. 18s recover it, move it back D to D. Get over the red. They're probably going to just get inside the blue and dump that deep. Back to recover is Longer. He puts it back up to the half wall. They move it back to their D, walk into the middle. Penalty is over. We're even strength. Another shot on net that Tyler saw all the way. Worzy's able to clear that out of the zone with no icing. 18's back to recover. We got Spainer, Worzy, and Roman out with Sawyer and Gator on D. Carrying it in, Worzy giving chase down into the corner. 18's carried around behind our net, getting angled out by Sawyer. They move it up to their D. Right there is Worzy. They get a shot on net. Scramble in front, puck comes out in the middle. And we've got another penalty on the play. Good Lord. And now Sheely is shoving Nelius. Nelius is going to go to the box for probably just standing there and being quiet. I think it's his second penalty of the entire season. We'll see what we end up doing. It's going to be 5-on-5 hockey, coincidentals. So we've got, out on the ice, we've got, let's see what shakes out. We got Gavin, Keon, and Yackel coming out with Gator and Learsy on point. Face off just outside the 16's zone. Face off one back to the 16 Learman. Learman goes D to D to Gator. Gator up to Keon. He's just over the red and tips it in. He's going to win the race to the puck as well. Going to get it around, carry it around behind. He's going to probably do a top-end cycle. There it is. Over to Learsy. Learsy down to Yackel. Back to Keon. Keon had it taken away right under the hash marks. The 18's come out, broken up by Gavin. Gavin's able to stop it at the red line. They pick it up and carry it in. Try to dump it in. Learman picks it up to Yackel. Yackel to Keon. 2-on-1 with a back checker. Keon gets a shot. It bounces past Gavin. He couldn't get the rebound. The 18's come back the other way. Play gets broken up. We got Yackel and Keon 2-on-1 coming back on the 18's. Yackel tries to do a behind the back pass. It gets broken up. We got Longer out on point. Puck gets passed up. Spencer at the blue line. Longer is going to pick the puck up, play it back to Sherman. Sherman's going to hammer it in. It gets stopped by Bott. Bott's going to circle back. Go D to D with the 18's. Stelreck's giving pressure. 18's move it up to the mid-ice, and they get it dumped in deep into the 16 zone. Back to chase is Longer. Longer over to Green. Green up the half wall to Bodie. Looks like Spencer's going to get that just over the blue. They hammer it back in to Longer. Longer's going to float that out, and it's going to be an icing. Let's see who we got on the ice. I know I missed a couple changes that happened. So it looks like on point we've got Jaden and Learman coming out on D, and on forwards we have Spencer, Sherman, and Green. 19-second, it's coincidentals, never mind, I'm sorry. I just looked up at the clock and got confused. 4 minutes left in the third period. 19 seconds and a whistle left for the coincidentals. Puck one back to the 18D. They try and get it deep. It's stopped on the blue and Shermie's feet. They hammered in. Jaden with a hit behind the net. They get a shot on net. Tyler saw it all the way in. Net's off again. We got a change. We've got Worzy, Roman, and Spainer out on the front end with Learman and Macker on point. Face off to the left of Tyler, one back, clean by Roman. Back to Learman. Learman fires it around to Mac. Mac's gonna float that up, trying to get it to Spainer. It got broken up, dumped back in, bounces off Jaden and goes over the glass. And the coincidentals are done. Looks like we got Bodie coming out for Learman's. We got Bodie and Jaden on point, the same forwards. Puck one back to Jaden, over to Bodie. Bodie's going to put that up to Spainer. Spainer's going to float that in deep, bouncing puck. Warzy giving chase. Roman picks it up, floats it back. Bodie tries to get a shot. It bounces off their guy that blocks the shot. Back to Jaden. Jaden collects the puck in the center ice, starts wheeling up, dumps that in deep. It's going to come around. Roman giving chase. 18 swing that around to the half wall. Spainer there. 18s pick it up and come out. They're carrying out to middle ice. Play broken up. We had good numbers on D and back checkers. 18s were not able to connect on that play. We end up firing the puck out full length. Spainer's back giving pressure. 18s carry the puck up over the red line. Going to leave it at the blue. Their D fires the puck in just wide of the net. Up to the half wall, back to get it to Spainer to Bodie. Bodie's going to put it off the boards, but it doesn't clear the zone. It gets stopped. They fire it back in, hit one of their own players. Roman's going to get the puck off the boards to Bodie. It's like a game of ping pong right now. Kids are just hammering it back and forth. Puck goes off the back of the net. 18s pick it up. Up to the 18s point. They're going to walk in, get a shot, save. Tyler gets cleared out. Keon's going to pick it up, float it out towards Spainer. Bouncing puck, going to be no ice. Icing waved off. We got a change. We have Keon and Learman out with Yackel and Held on forward, and it's Learman and Gator on point. Tyler tried to play the puck out. They end up getting a shot on net. Another save by Tyler back to the corner to Yackel. He's going to put it off the glass. It doesn't clear the zone. 18's got it on the half wall. Yackel there battling. Yackel's able to get the puck. Now Gator's got the puck, going to carry it up. He's going to gain the red and dump it in on net. Send a spinning puck in on net. 18's back to pick it up. They move it up the half wall. They're going to go off the boards and out of the net, or out of the ring. Minute 28 left in the third period. 5-0, 16s. All right, looks like we got Learsy and Gator on D. Spencer, Sherman, and Green. I was watching Gator and Weiland were chirping a little bit after. I think Gator was teasing him for not bouncing off the board. So puck drop. Spencer wins the puck back. Gator able to keep that in. It gets deflected up and into the rafters. Another face-off to the left of Maisner. We'll try that one again. Looks like we got a change of D personnel. We have Sawyer and Longer coming out on point. Same forward. Spencer, Sherman, and Greeny on the front. Puck drop. Sherman gets a puck, gets a shot. It gets tipped up over the net, behind the net. 18s come up with it. They move the puck up to the middle ice. Sawyer able to make the play. 18s still get a shot on net. Longer picks up the puck coming back, feeds it up to Sherman at the red line. Starting to get a little bit crazy. We got 58 seconds left in the game. 18s now are trying to go for a little bit of blood. Go for a skate, Sawyer, take it back. There you go. Take it back, Longer, go for a skate. Let's kill some time off. 45 seconds left. We're going to control the puck, control the game. They send it up to Spencer. Spencer gloves it out of the air. He's going to walk in, breaks the stick and takes a cross check to the back. 18s dump the puck in. Spencer gets another cross check as he's going to the bench. Back to get it was Warzy. Back to Longer, back up to Warzy. 18's got the puck. 20 seconds left in the game. We got Longer and Neelius out on D with Greeny, Warzy, and Marcotte. 18s try and get a shot. It gets tipped by Warzy up in the air, and they get the rebound shot in front of the net. Now Roman carrying the puck out. We got less than a second left, and that's game. 16s win, 5 rip.